Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. I'm Nancy Sun, and it's time for Easy News on ICRT. In Taiwan, the TAIEX opened down 9 points this morning from yesterday's close at 8,250 on turnover of 1.3 billion NT. Premier Zhang Yihua says the Ma administration will discipline diplomatic personnel stationed in the Gambia following the West African state's sudden severance of ties with Taiwan. According to Zhang, diplomats stationed in the country failed to send any warning of pending changes in bilateral diplomatic ties between the two sides, and a thorough review of this failure will be carried out. The government announced the termination of diplomatic relations with the Gambia on Monday, 3 days after Gambia president said his country was ending diplomatic relations with Taiwan. The Ministry of National Defense sent 2 more Air Force C-130 cargo planes carrying relief supplies to the Philippines yesterday. The flight brings the number of shipments to typhoon-hit areas of the central Philippines to 14 since November 12th. Defense officials say yesterday's flight carried 16 tons of supplies. Family members of Xu Li-ming identified his body yesterday in Sabah, Malaysia. Xu was shot dead last week by suspected Philippine rebels while vacationing on Pom Pom Island off Borneo. Xu's wife, Chang An-wei, was abducted by the gunmen, but is said to be still alive and being held for ransom. Reports have claimed a ransom demand has been made. The Council of Agriculture says it will look into claims local milk distributors have been paying dairy farmers less for their fresh product while raising the retail price of milk. According to Deputy Agriculture Minister Wang Changten, if milk suppliers are found to have profited from increasing the retail prices of milk, they will face fines for violating consumers' rights. The island's largest dairy manufacturers are denying the charges, with both Uni-President and Wei Tren Foods saying they purchase raw milk according to the government's pricing guidelines. And finally, 2-time Oscar-winning director Ang Lee will present the Best Feature Film Award at the 50th Golden Horse Awards ceremony this coming Sunday. The nominees for this year's Best Feature Film Award include movies from Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, and Singapore. In international news, the Venezuelan Congress gave President Nicolas Maduro emergency decree powers yesterday. The leader will now be able to create laws without getting approval from Congress for up to a year. Maduro says he is using these powers against businesses that he says are damaging the country's economy. Recently, the president ordered the military to take control of dozens of appliance stores, cut prices on imported electronics, and arrest more than 100 business owners for allegedly driving up prices. At least 7 Pakistani Taliban militants have been killed in a suicide attack near the Afghan border. A local Taliban commander was one of the people who were reported killed in the car bombing in North Waziristan, an area controlled by militants. It is unclear who was behind the attack near the town of Mir Ali. Correspondents say the blast comes amid tensions between the Pakistani Taliban and other militant groups in the area. At least 6 people, including 4 Chinese tourists, have died after a bus they were on fell into a ravine in Indonesia's Bali Island. The Indonesian driver and tour guide of the bus, which was on its way to a popular tourist site, were also killed in the Monday crash. The bus was carrying 13 tourists from China's Henan province, and at least 3 other Chinese nationals are still in hospital with serious injuries. An Indonesian official says the bus may have experienced engine failure. France issued preliminary charges yesterday against the CEO and chief financial officer of IKEA France in a case claiming that they snooped illegally on employees and customers. Similar legal action has been taken against at least 2 police officers. IKEA France has made a new code of conduct in response to the investigation, which began in April 2012. 2 unions have filed complaints against IKEA, accusing them of spying on hundreds of employees and customers over at least 5 years by gaining access to private police files. And now, looking at the weather across Taiwan, according to the Central Weather Bureau, we can expect partly cloudy skies in the north with a high of 23 in Taipei, and partly clear skies in the center and south with a high of 25 in Taichung and a high of 26 in Kaohsiung. Current temperatures now, Taipei 21, Taichung 20, and Kaohsiung 23. That's it for Easy News today. Remember, you can download a slower version of the news as well as a transcript with Chinese explanations on our website, www.icrt.com.tw. Just look for Easy News.